bet you, if you're my age or a little bit older, or grew up in a household that's similar to mine, that in your kitchen you have a big plastic bag that has so many plastic bags inside of it. And you have these little Chinese porcelain decoration in every corner of the house. Or in your fridge, in the door, one of the door shelves has a half unused lemon. That's basically as hard as a rock. There's not even a drop of juice in it. And right next to it, there's a half-used mussels ornament that it has been expired for over a year. Oh, nostalgia, how cute. No, that's not cute. That's full-blown disaster. And I'm not overreacting right here. I'm being serious. Let's see what it's about. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Diana, and this is Diana's Show. I'll be talking to you about a variety of things, variety of subjects, but the goal will always be is to make our life better, happier, more enjoyable to us and to everybody around us. I will learn from you, and you learn from me. And I hope I live up to your expectation. Let's go. I bet you that I won the bet that I was mentioning before. Because like I said, if you are my age or a little bit older, your house is full of decoration. It's full of an oversized furniture. There's not much space for you to walk. There's things everywhere. In every little empty space, there's no space. There is something in there. Basically, our houses, which are supposed to be a place for rest and peace, has turned to a big, gigantic storage for stuff that we don't even know that we have. And this is extremely dangerous. I'm not overreacting, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. The first thing is, it's an energetically danger. In feng shui, you need things to flow. You need abundance and prosperity to have a place to go. It's like a running river. If the water is stuck in there and it's not moving, basically it's muddy and it's unclean water. So it has to flow. Imagine yourself trying to dance in a room that's full of furniture and full of tables and full of chairs. You can't even move. And the same thing with abundance and prosperity and blessings. It needs room. It needs room to flow. It needs room to go around. And the universe will never give you something in you. It will never give you this abundance because you're still holding to the old, ugly stuff that you're not letting go. You don't even have room to receive more. So energetically, you are blocking your abundance. You're blocking your blessings because blessings and abundance needs a place to sit. And where are you going to put it? There's no space. The second thing, it's physically dangerous. It really causes very bad headaches, extreme unconcentration. You cannot concentrate on anything. It weakens your immune system because there's stuff everywhere and this stuff collects dust and it collects all kind of stuff. On top of it, dirt. And of course, because it's a lot of things, you're not going to have the time to clean it. So things going to start collecting garbage and you're going to be inhaling that and that will affect your respiratory system. And mainly what it does is because of too much stuff, it raises your cortisol level, which put your body in a state of fight or flight. It raises your anxiety, it raises your stress, which of course, as return, it weakens your immune system. Too much stuff affects you physically, makes you more sick, gives you more anxiety, stresses you out, and it shortens your life. Third thing, mentally and emotionally. When you look at things that's on top of each other, and there's no space to breathe, there's barely space for you to walk, that signals to the brain that this is an unfinished task. An unfinished task makes you anxious, as we mentioned before. And that's the reason it raises your cortisol level. It makes you feel less about yourself. It makes you feel like you're a loser. You're not able to finish things. And even if I'm going to finish it, where am I going to start? Where am I going to end? Or which one, what category I'm going to start with? So what you end up doing is watching videos of people that actually cleaning and decluttering their houses without you doing anything, and you're still in the same space, in the same place. Like I said, it really affects your self-confidence and your self-perspective. So what causes this? Do we really enjoy hurting ourselves? Why do we do that? Well, there's a lot of psychological roots in this. If you grew up poor, or if you grew up in a household that everything was said to you that you cannot have, no. You grew up, actually, you want to compensate for that time. You start buying things that you don't need. which actually leads us to shopaholic habits. Shopaholic habits basically is a translation to an unmet emotional need. It could be you are in a relationship and you're not getting enough love or enough attention. So what you start doing is start shopping. You start buying more stuff. I bet you another bet. A lot of us has a lot of things that's still in boxes that has not been used. A lot of clothes that still has the tags on it that we didn't even, like we tried it at the moment and we never wore again. That's a clutter. So why didn't you let it go? Oh, I don't want to let it go. Maybe I'll, you know what? I'm going to start wearing it tomorrow. No, you won't. You're just having a hard time to let go. You're holding on to wounds. You're holding on to trauma. This t-shirt, it doesn't have any good memories in it. For example, certain supplies, craft supplies. You have used it at a certain chapter of your life and you outgrow these things. You're not able to let it go. Oh, but how can you be the new best version of yourself if you're not letting go of your past version of yourself? Insecurities. I want my things around me. Makes me feel safe. I like my things to surround me. Shopaholic habits, not able to let go. It's all a coverage for a wounded self, for a trauma response. And therefore, clutter is a mirror to what goes inside. If there's a chaos outside, there's a chaos inside. You cannot think clear. You cannot make decisions. Should I let this go? No, should I keep it? Should I let it go? Should I keep it? You haven't used it in years. Let go. You can't. The universe is not going to give you something new if you keep holding on to the past. If you keep holding that version of yourself, we thank her very much. It needed that thing at that time. But right now, you're not the same person anymore. Let it go. Don't let insecurities dictate your future. Don't let wounds and trauma dictate how you can react in the future. If you have grown up with a bad relationship with money, like money was very little, like I said, I start compensating with shopping, with unnecessary shopping for this dopamine hits that you get every time you press buy. What you do actually, as a starter, you're blocking your blessings and abundance, and you're letting go of the abundance that you have. So you end up with nothing, and then you wonder, why am I in debt? Why am I stressed financially? Why things are not flowing? Why whatever I receive by my right hand, it goes by my left? Because your old self is not letting go of that version. Your old insecure self who wants to feel loved and cared for keeps collecting things that's unnecessary. And as we talked about it in the asset and liabilities episode, what does not add to your life, it takes away from it. There's no in between. There's no neutral. What does not progress, it regress. If it's not adding to you, it's feeding off of your energy. So it takes away from your physical, from your mental, your emotional, and your financial, because you feel wounded of that emotional unmet need. All right. Now I cluttered your brains with a lot of information. What do we do about this problem? First step, self-awareness. Every time you try to buy something, ask yourself, am I really in a need for that thing? Or am I trying to cover a wound? At a certain point in my life, I was shopping to the point that when things would show up on my doorstep, I would forget what did I order. I was compensating for an unmet emotional need at that time. So ask yourself, before you hit that buy button, why am I buying this thing? Am I really, really, really gonna use it? What kind of emotion does it bring in me? That's the first thing. Second thing, letting go with love. And this is my favorite thing to do. If you have things that you use at certain chapter of your life that you don't use anymore, sell it. Makes extra bucks. That never hurt anyone. I'm sure the thing that you don't need today, somebody else does need it. And every penny matters. Second thing, you can gift it to somebody that you love. If it really holds such a sentimental value to your heart, if you feel that close to it, give it somebody that you care and you love so it can give them the same pleasure. Third thing, you can actually donate it. Toys, stuffy toys, art supplies, stuff like that. Kids love these things. Imagine what you are doing. First of all, it's a good karma. Can't go wrong with that one. You're making somebody happy and joyful by giving them, and you're releasing an oxytocin within you, and that's good for you, your actual nervous system. That's a happy hormone. So it's a win-win situation. A third thing you can do is to replace shopping therapy with declutter therapy. At a certain point, there was a Japanese lady, her name is Marie Kondo. She started decluttering, and her 2 steps. The first one is you hold the thing to your heart and you say, does it bring me joy? If it's not, you let it go. You say, arigatou gozaimasu, and you let it go. Then after that, you arrange and organize your space. But first, you have to learn how to let go, how to declutter. And that actually gives you very nice feeling. All this stuff is holding you down. It's a weight. You're a person who has wings, who wants to fly, who has a very high energy and who wants to do so much. But your things, it just keeps pulling you down. It's making you heavy and exhausted. How can you give so much of yourself if you're being held down by everything around you? There's no space to breathe. So when you get rid of this stuff, you feel lighter, you feel better. Your head feels lighter. Your body does not feel stressed out. Anxiety level gets really low. If you look at Pinterest or Instagram or any of these spaces, if you look at luxury spaces, there's two things always that's very common in these spaces. The first one is plants. Of course, nature. We're very connected to nature and it's very appealing to our eyes and puts us in a better mood. The second thing, it's not cluttered. When you go to a hotel and you spend a couple of nights and you feel so refreshed and happy, it's not cluttered. There's a reason for everything in there. Everything is in there, has a purpose. It's not just being there. Therefore, it's important that your environment, your house, the one that you live in 24/7, everything in it should have a purpose in your life. It should have a reason, and it has to be a good reason, because if it's not a good reason, it's a bad reason, it's holding you down. So, first, start with self-awareness. Second, give with love. Third, replace shopping therapy with declutter therapy. It's such a beautiful and great feeling to let go, to make a space for abundance and prosperity and blessing to be in your life. God and the universe is not going to give you something that you don't have a space for, where it's going to sit. I have relatives that I love very dearly, great, wonderful people. But every time I go to visit them, and we sit down, we spend like a few hours watching TV, talking, snacking, doing the social things. I leave exhausted. Why? Because of the clutter that you encounter the minute you open the door. In the hallway, in the rooms, on the coffee tables. The coffee tables are so full to the point you can't even put a cup of coffee. There is no space to breathe. It's exhausting. And after every visit of those, I have to decompress and go to bed because I am so tired. Keep in mind, I didn't do any physical activities. Basically, we just sat down and we chatted. Nothing physical was done by my body, but I felt so tired. The clutter exhausted my brain to the point I felt so anxious and so stressed out that the minute I came to my home, I went to bed immediately. So to recap, we don't have to do everything one shot. You don't have to do a one spring cleaning right this moment. Start with one category. Start with one drawer, a messy drawer. Open this drawer, see what you need, what you don't need, and get rid of it. Make a space. And it's going to make you feel so good about it when you see it clean and organized and you can actually see your stuff. As another problem is when you don't see what you have, you start buying more stuff. And before you know it, I bought like 2 of this spray, although I have another 4. I bought like another 2 dresses, although I have 6 of the same kind, but just different colors. You get to see your stuff. You get to enjoy what you have because now what you have is the only thing that brings you joy and happiness. So you're getting rid of everything that can be negative into your life. Hold the thing. Thank it very much. Say, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for being in that chapter of my life when I needed you. Thank you for serving your purpose at that certain moment of my life. But I'm letting go. And I'm letting little piece of my past stuff that I don't want to carry into the future with me. I wish your life is decluttered, happy, peace, and easy. And I hope this video resonated with you somehow, some way, and makes you excited and encourage you to clear your space, to make more room for like blessings and money and health. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments if something resonated with you, or let me know if you're going to start with something specific or certain categories, clothes, books. I have a habit of buying books. That's my bad one. I love to buy books. I read most of them. Some of them just sit there, collect dust. So what I start doing, I start selling what I read, and I get the benefit out of it, and I resell it. Or I go to the library and I borrow the book, and now I'm on time. I have to return this book by a certain date. So it does not sit there, collects dust, and takes space. It served its purpose at the moment. I thank it very much for the add-on it added to my life at that point. But now it has to go to make space for better things, for more joyful and happier things. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, don't forget to leave me any comments, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time.